Hi, welcome back, or welcome to my YouTube channel that I consistently post on. Right. So, is it just me, or are we all in our lazy era? All I'm seeing on YouTube is how to exit your lazy girl era. I personally have been in my lazy girl era for months, okay? I pretty much hibernate in the winter, okay? I'm a seasonal depression gal. Fair enough. But I think it's time, okay? I think it's time to come out of my little tunnel, aka my bed. In today's video, I thought it would be fun to give you my little tips and tricks of the little knowledge that I have in this life of how to build a routine, get out of a slump, and essentially exit your lazy girl era. Now, listen to me loud and clear. We need our rest. And it is okay to have lazy days. It's just not okay to have a lazy life. And I have to remind myself that because that sounds lovely. But unfortunately, there's a lot more to life than just laying in bed, watching TV, reading, or playing Animal Crossing. Without further ado, let's get into my little list that I made of how I get myself out of a slump. So even though spring has technically sprung, the weather doesn't quite agree, at least not where I live. It is still dropping to temperatures where a temperature just should not drop in the month of April, but we digress. We're gonna get a head start despite the weather. Gonna push through. Step number 1. Find out your why, okay? This one might be important, just like a smidge. Why are you wanting to make a change? Why are you wanting to exit your lazy girl era? Because clearly there's some reason that you're wanting to do it. Also, spoiler alert, if you're only doing it because everyone else online is doing it, probably not gonna work out. Not in a discouraging way, just in a way that in order to better yourself, you have to want to do it for you and you alone, not because society says you should. Sorry. Finding out your why is very important, and that is actually something that came to my mind this morning. I was like, I know that I want to change, and I know that I have my reasons why, but I had never thought to actually write out a list. I got out my little note app on my phone. Bless her little soul, she works overtime, okay? I'm on the notes app way too much. She's seen way too much of me. Let's just all give her a round of applause. That being said, make a list. Reasons why you're wanting to change, get out of your slump, fix your routine, whatever it is. For me personally, it's just mental and physical well-being. I've been bed rotting for a little bit too long. I've been in a hibernation for a little bit too long. Spring is finally kind of coming, and it is time to refresh and restart, be a human again, have some productivity back in our lives, and just feel better. That's some of my reasons, I suppose. So step 1, make a list of your reasons why you want to change. Going along with that, figure out what you want to do and goals that you have. So they're pretty much almost the exact same thing. However, you have your why. So you're like, okay, this is why I want to change. This is why I want to get out of bed and not stay in it all day. Whatever the case may be. Now figure out exactly what you're wanting to change. So goals that you have, whether it's work aspirations, if it's like hobbies, if it's just more self-care and love towards yourself, you're mentally not doing well, physically maybe you need to get a little healthier, whatever your reasons may be, figure them out and make another list. Once you have that list made, or those lists made, what you're gonna want to do, because odds are, if you're anything like me, you're very ambitious, and that list or lists are going to be long. There's gonna be a lot of things on there that you want to achieve and that you want to do. That's gonna be kind of overwhelming and almost set you up for failure, because you're gonna look at that list and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do all of this stuff. Probably not. That's just unrealistic. Pick maximum 4 things, I would say, from that list that you are going to prioritize every single day. Something that is practical and realistic. Don't say that you're gonna run 5 miles every day. That's probably not gonna happen. You could probably hit the gym every day or get in some movement of any kind every day. See what I mean? Where it's like, just don't go super extreme. You can stay within the field or the realm of what you're wanting. Just don't go a little too hard. You could even just say, every day, I'm gonna commit to brushing my teeth. Hopefully, that's already a daily occurrence for you, but It's okay if it's not. Just maybe make a goal to brush your teeth every day, and that is on your priority list that you have to do it every single day. So once you have those few things that you decide to do, again, start with the more simple ones, the more practical ones that are easy to start with, because keep in mind, you have been hibernating, bed rotting, lazy for however long, okay? Long enough to know that you need to make a change. Long enough that odds are you're in the habit of being lazy. I kind of hate using that word. It's sort of unfair, but you get the gist. So to break a habit, that shit's hard. Start small. Baby steps, baby steps, baby steps is my biggest advice of all of this. So when you're picking these goals that you're going to do every single day and prioritize them, pick the smaller ones, pick the more realistic ones that are easy to achieve on a daily basis as a fresh start. That way, once you do that for like a week, 2 weeks, you can start to gradually incorporate some of those other bigger things. And you'll notice that things are just gonna start to kind of flow together. It'll all start to come together, but you can't start it all at once. Gotta be a little patient, but it'll pay off. So after you have your list, your ideas, your goals, you sort of have this picture in your mind, right? Take it out of your mind, put it on something physical. This is where things like vision boards come into play. That is my favorite thing to do ever, is make vision boards. I probably have a slight problem, to be honest with you. They help me so much. I am just a very visual person. It helps tremendously to further motivate and inspire me when I see this picture in my head on paper or on my computer, whatever platform it's on that I've created this vision board. It is so much fun to see. So for something like this, my go-to and what I've already done is make a Pinterest board. I have just kind of looked up things that are within my goals, like cooking at home, reading the Bible more, going on walks, being outside, different, just anything, just to kind of get out, refresh, restart, all these things that I just look at these pictures and I'm like, yes, that is what I want my life to sort of look like. I make a Pinterest board. I'm pretty sure I called it like productive era. Just anything to get out of that lazy slump, see these pictures and further motivate myself and feel even more inspired and honestly just excited, being like, this is what I'm creating and I'm gonna do it. So once that fun part is over, then you have to get back to the nitty-gritty stuff. What I like to do is sit down and write out some routine ideas. So you have your morning, your midday, your evening / night, all these different times of days where you might have different routines for them. This all depends on your lifestyle. It depends on your job. It depends on everything that you do. So your morning routine might look different than somebody else's. That is so normal. It's just genuinely life. So for me, I just like to make my own personalized morning routine that I know is practical, manageable, not overshooting myself, having again some of those like priority things that are the most important to you, and then anything else that you end up being able to add in the moment is just like a special addition to it, you know what I mean? So that's one of my favorite ways to do it and create these routines. And then I have an idea of what I want my days to sort of look like, and it also just kind of helps structure my days as well, and then I don't feel like I'm missing out on things that I want to do. It's just really helpful to have an idea of these routines. Now, that being said, for me personally, I have ended up in a sort of mindset that I'm a little too strict on these routines. I used to timestamp routines. That might work for some people. For me, it just didn't. I would stress myself out or feel discouraged if I did not hit those timestamps or I missed one thing on the routine or whatever. So for me, it's just more of like a little list. I have my priorities first, and then I have everything else that follows that I would like to incorporate if I have the time or the energy. Another really fun thing that I like to do that I learned from some person off of YouTube a couple years ago was to make several variations of the same routine. So for instance, you would have morning routine A, B, and C. And here's why. Your mood, your energy, a lot of things can fluctuate day by day. So instead of waking up one morning and being like, man, I mentally or physically feel like crap, I don't want to get out of bed, I don't want to do any of these things that I usually do on these routines, they don't matter to me, I don't care, or I don't feel good enough to do them, whatever mindset you're in that's kind of preventing you or holding you down and kind of trying to keep you in that bed, that's where these kind of tier lists of routines come in. So routine A would be where you're at a good mindset, a good energy level, you're ready to take the day on and you go for it. Routine B is you're kind of like in the middle. You're just like, I feel okay, I want to do some stuff, but I definitely am not like 100% let's go. And then routine C is I'm exhausted, I don't want to do this, and I hate life. And so that one you keep so simple and minimal, but it still makes you know that you have achieved something because it's still at least doable. And this is very personal to you. So whether it's you're having a bad day because you have a chronic illness, or it's because you have mental illness and you're depressed or you're too anxious to do something, this is so personalized to you. You know what goes on in your mind. You know what holds you back, and you know what seems like something that you could realistically push yourself to do, even if it really is something as simple as getting up and brushing your teeth. And you know what is maybe not as realistic if you're in that headspace or physical state, whatever it may be. This is why I love that concept of an idea as far as routines. And this can go from morning, evening, whichever you desire, all of the above, just anything so that you feel like you almost have a backup plan. And I think that's really helpful. It can help you from not getting super discouraged if you don't have a great day, because unfortunately, we're living life and a lot of times we don't have good days. So another thing that I recently learned and have been trying out that I am enjoying is something called habit stacking. This one's kind of fun because you're sort of like killing two birds with one stone. I hate that saying, but I don't know what else to say right now. Essentially what it is you find two habits that you can sort of stack on top of each other. So I hate to keep using this reference, but let's say you go and brush your teeth and then immediately you follow up and you drink a full cup of water. Boom. Two habits, two goals, two whatever you want to call them, done. And it's cool because again, you're like double whammy. Like you're getting two things knocked out at one go. You're doing stuff that's, you know, great for your well-being and overall health in general. Again, it does not have to be brushing your teeth and then drinking water. So habit stacking is really fun. I would recommend definitely don't do more than like 2 or 3 of those at a time, just because you want to kind of keep them minimal so that they flow very well together. But it is really fun to experiment with that, and I've really been enjoying it, so I definitely recommend trying that out. So one of the last things, this one is kind of funny and it can be a little risky, but it is rewarding yourself for putting in some hard work. Here's why I'm saying it's risky. A lot of times rewards mean money, buying yourself something, you know, a little gift for yourself. I'm all for that. Just don't get too carried away, and I am saying this from experience. I love if I have a project that I have to get done that it's like gonna take a lot of my time and effort and energy, and you know, it's easy to put on the back burner or simply not do it at all. For instance, filming this video, editing this video, uploading this video. Not always super fun, definitely takes up a lot of time, but I also know that once I do it and I'm done with it, it's gonna feel good and I'm proud of myself for doing it. But taking it one step further to enhance some of the motivation to do that would be like, oh, if I complete this, I can go buy that book that I've been wanting for the last month. Something simple, something small. Obviously, we all have different financial situations, so whatever it is to you, you might be able to go out and buy yourself a Lamborghini. I don't know, okay? For me, I could maybe buy a book on a good day. That doesn't matter. The important part of this little advice or tip, whatever you want to call it, is just obviously it's nice to reward yourself for doing hard work and putting in effort. Any type of change is effort. Getting out of bed can be effort, and I think that, you know, that doesn't like to get talked about. Motivation is hard. You don't just get it all the time. Motivation is never enough. You need discipline. That's where a lot of these things come into play, because you can never rely on motivation. She is in and out, okay? She is as wishy-washy as a situationship. You cannot trust her. So discipline is the most important thing. And having things like these lists and these ideas, even all those alternative routine ideas, are so helpful for when that motivation is just out of the building and she's gone, she's, off the clock. It's really helpful to have these things to look at and lean on when you just need to discipline yourself. You're not quite feeling it. At the end of the day, I think it is so important to remember that change, any type of change, any type of healing, any type of anything within this subject is not linear. It is up and down and all over the place, and it's not easy. It's inspiring and you might be excited about it, and it's like it sounds so great on paper, but when you have to start taking those steps, it can be scary because it's new. And you've had routines before, you've been in different places before. That's life. You're constantly ever flowing and ever changing. However, when you get in habits and you get stuck for a minute, it can hold this like subconscious fear of, but wait, I don't know what that looks like. I know what this looks like, and I don't really want to change that. And that's very, very normal, and it's a really hard thing to overcome. So my point being, give yourself grace and love and mercy, because you're still probably gonna have bad days, and honestly, even plan C might fail one day, and that's okay. Every day is a new start. So when you have these goals and you know that you want to change, you know the things that you want to do, the aspirations you have, things that you want to do for yourself and for your life and just everything, somebody else, whatever it is that you want to do with your life, and the reason that you clicked on this video or the reason that you want to change in general and get out of your little lazy girl era, that is what matters. It'll come back even if you have a bad day. Just don't beat yourself up about it, and you've got this. We all do. Every season comes with change. That's just what life is, which really sucks because I quite hate change. Change is always possible. You can always better yourself. It can be baby steps. You've got this. So get out of bed, go kick some ass, go do something good with yourself, brush your teeth. So I'm pretty sure that's like all that I have to say. I am also sort of on this journey at the moment, and I think that's kind of what inspired me to make this video. I thought I'd share some of the newer tips that I've learned and am going to try out, and also just stuff that I have used over the years that have helped me in the past. I hope that with the new season coming around and the summer and the warmth and all that, I hope we all start to feel a little bit better and get a little more motivated and inspired, productive, because it's always great. I hope that this video might have helped. I believe in you. Let's be productive together. All right, ladies? Okay. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got any inspiration, ideas, whatever it may be. By all means, comment down below if you have any other suggestions for people, or me, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, that's all I have to say. So I'm gonna go, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!